every time we have to make big life decisions, this is what we do.
We did this in London, remember?
We did.
When we were going to move to Bath, we did a big pros and cons list.
Yes,
and it's what inspired the move, I think, because we could see it all there.
When you write it down in a list.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of lists.
What should we do first? Should we do the pros first? Let's do the pros first. Let's start on the positive and then on the negative. That's always the best way. So you're outdoors more, you're running around, you can feel the earth under your feet, you're not wearing shoes, you kind of feel the sun on your skin.
Hardly any clothes on, no makeup, like you don't care what you look like, which was another pro for me, but we'll go there in a minute. Just being outside and the kids being outside, like everyone's kind of mood just shifts, I think. I know our daily life would look different because we wouldn't be on holiday, but I do think we'd have all our meals outside.
Yeah.
We'd be outside after school, we'd be in the sea, probably in the morning and the evening.
I guess in the UK for about 7 or 8 months in the year, you're just kind of, you're always inside, you're cocooned in like houses, and because of that, you're starved of a lot of vitamin D, which is quite an essential thing to have. For some reason, going to Lidl in Portugal is just so much fun. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just because it's nice and air conditioned in there.
Nice. I had the best peach experience of my life from Lidl. You can go out for a meal in some places. You'll have starters, mains, desserts. This is for 4 of us, coffee, and it will be like 30 euros for the whole thing. Yeah. You're checking the receipt, like, have they made a mistake?
I bought a coffee yesterday, it was £3.50. Yeah, £3.50 for a coffee, and out there it's 70 cents. So I don't really care if I'm sitting in what looks like somebody's living room to have my coffee and find it's 70 cents. I don't need to be in a swanky coffee bar.
For me, that's actually another pro, is the quaintness of everything. Like, it's rustic.
Yeah, it is.
And I really enjoy that. The fact that most places that we went to weren't really trying. They just had a charm to them that made them authentic.
I do have PTSD though from a few years ago when I went to Portugal to Lisbon on a stag do, and I ordered like sardines on toast, and I looked down and I was like, what are these moving things? And I realised they were maggots. They were actual maggots, and they were really apologetic and everything. They were like, oh, I'll have it for free. I was like, well, thanks for the free maggots.
All of the things that bother me in England, little like worries and troubles and things that you have, I just don't really, didn't really think about. And I don't know how much of that would hold up in terms of if we actually lived out there, because obviously when we were out there we weren't working. Like, we filmed, but we weren't really like working. So there wasn't any pressure, you know? Yeah.
So many stunning beaches. So you
and the golden hour.
Videography is way better out there. So if you're wanting to film and shoot stuff out there, you've just got such a better backdrop rather than the UK kind of dark
the light's just beautiful.
The night sky out there.
Oh yeah.
You can look up into the universe and just see, because there's not much light pollution, you can just see such an array of stars and galaxies, and just the universe is right there. And I think that's an important thing for us as humans to see and absorb sometimes, because we get so lost in these little binary lives of ours, and we're sort of very hyper-focused.
Everything's a to-do list.
Yeah, and then you look up there and you're like, oh, actually, none of it really matters.
Yeah.
I'm so insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Seafood's really good. Love the seafood out there. Oh my god,
the seafood is insane. Our friend, we made a friend. He cooked some razor clams for us that he got on the beach that day, and they looked disgusting. They looked like little penises.
He went down to the beach and he basically put some salt in a hole, and this little thing came out. I was like, what's going on? And he pulls it out and he puts it in a bag, takes it back and fries it up with
garlic and white wine.
So delicious.
So
and how nice is that? Instead of going down some soulless like Lidl and walking around a Lidl, he's like going to the beach and like foraging food on the beach. It was so great.
It was one of the nicest seafood experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
No one cares about getting their body out. Like, everyone's just walking around in a thong. From what I experienced, obviously I don't speak the language or anything, but no one really seemed to have self-consciousness about doing that. That everybody felt, everyone was so confident, and it was so hot that people were just like, this is me. And I love that, because I would never wear a bikini in England. I'm like a swimsuit girl. But out there I just felt so liberated. I'm getting my stretch marks out, guys. And no one looks and no one cares. And it's so refreshing. As a woman who grew up in that kind of 90s, early 2000 culture where people would like circle bits on your body.
Fishing is another one. I'd love to go fishing a bit more. That's the last pro.
I've literally never seen you fish in the last 12 years. That's because I don't live in
Portugal. I'd be fishing.
You've never once fished the whole time.
Because why am I going to fish in the UK? Just like,
you can go fish and get our supper, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. Mosquitoes and wasps. You cannot eat outside in the summer without being attacked by wasps.
That's only a few times.
I mean, we got attacked a lot. Oh, you say that, but and flies. Flies, mosquitoes and wasps were always around us when we were eating outside. It was so annoying. So that is annoying. The mosquito issue. Yeah, that's annoying. And also just mosquitoes in general. Just hate.
Well, they always get me. And then I hate putting that crap all over me.
I know.
Like, I feel like,
skin. It's not
yeah,
good for you,
I just feel... And also, sun cream is a con for me. Like, having to put sun cream on the kids every day. And I thought after a month they would stop complaining about it. They did not stop complaining about it. Every morning when I was like, right, sun cream time, who's going first? They're like, do we have to? And it was just really irritating. So I think that would be, maybe after a year they might. I honestly thought after a month they would be just like, yeah, chill, put it on me, it's got to be done kind of thing, but they weren't.
There's a culture in the UK of picking up your dog's crap. In Portugal, there's not really that culture. Like, they don't pick up dog poo as much. So they just leave it there on the ground. It's especially prevalent in places like Porto because there's more dogs obviously in the city, and so any pieces of grass where the kids just want to run on is just covered in dog poo. That really kind of annoyed me.
It makes you realise though how like uptight and British you are, because people literally just let their dogs poo on the side of the road and they'll just be looking at their phone
and you
while
want
the
to
dog
go over
does
to
it.
and be like, are you
and
going to
then
clean
they'll
that
just
up?
walk off, and did that person just walk off and not pick up their dog's poo? And then we realised it was just a thing.
We just don't know if we could earn money out there. So we need to basically have enough side hustles going on to make sure that we can survive without brands working with us. And so that's kind of what we're frantically doing.
I think
now.
I want to just be at a point where, like, because we would need so much less out there, realistically all we'll really need is to potentially pay for a school, rent, food, if you want a gym membership, or if you want to buy I don't know, a surfboard or something like that.
That's a big one for us. There's 3 options when it comes to your schools. Chuck your kids in a Portuguese speaking school and be like, good luck. That wouldn't, I mean, I'd feel bad doing that, so would you.
I think Rufus would be fine. I don't think he would want to do it, but I have confidence that he would actually end up enjoying it. But he's similar to me in that he doesn't really enjoy going into very new situations. Like, he is quite resistant to that.
The second option, which is private schools, international schools, which are very expensive for 2 kids, and also there aren't that many of them.
So you have to move nearby one.
Yeah, they're not as ubiquitous, so you have to move near one. So that limits your options on where you can actually live. The third option, this is pretty much our preferred option, but it does come with some downsides, is homeschooling. Problem with homeschooling is that you have to homeschool them. We did that over COVID, and it was just traumatic.
Although I do feel like Grayson's older now.
But also a big con to that would just be the social dynamics that kids need to when they kids need to hang around with other kids their own age. I think it helps them. You build friendships.
If we're homeschooling and we don't know anyone out there, when do we ever get proper time to get stuck into any kind of job or free time? Like, it would be hard, I think, for us as a family. We've done it before, like when Grayson was little, when we didn't have any support and stuff, but it's hard if it's all on us. And it's like, how much of that is going to put a strain on us, you know? It's really difficult. That's my biggest con, I think, is
school situation,
school and work, which is like 2 really massive things. I feel like my heart is there but my head is here. I feel like there's so much pressure because of the kids. I don't want to make this life decision for you and scar you. You know, and I think eventually, I think it would be, in long term, I think it would be a really great thing for them to do for a year, learn a new culture, and I think there's a lot about it that would be enriching for them. It has to be that we think it's going to be good for all of us. I think British people are just way more like, oh, please, thank you, like, oh, you know, and they're just way more blunt. So and I actually really like that, but I think we might miss a certain type of warmness that sometimes British people have. Sometimes, as long as you're not in London.
In the summer it's just so hot, and then because of that there's wildfires, so you're always scared that your house is going to burn down. I think that is a big decider on which area we would move to, because I wouldn't want to move down to the Algarve, I don't think, because I don't think any of us really enjoyed that heat. Their milk is shit.
It's so bad. It's all basically all long life milk.
There's no point in even drinking it.
Like, it's horrible. And we actually do go through quite a lot of milk as a family. Where would we go to find, do we just have to buy a cow and like milk it? And I don't understand why that is, because you would think, I mean, mostly they have their coffees black, I guess. So things like cereal, I don't know, whenever I make scrambled eggs, I put a little bit of milk in, and it's like, I just don't want to use long life milk because it's so grim, isn't it? It tastes bad and it's just full of crap, isn't it?
It doesn't even taste like milk. as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff for us to digest here, because it's there's a big mess. But I like what you said earlier about like your head being here and your heart being there. I kind of feel like that as well. For me, it's just a case of now just building a financial safety net. So when we do it, that I'm not going to be like panicking, you know, about work. So it's just creating enough passive income models that you can do it. I think that's the important thing.
It really does feel like that though. Head is like, oh, the kids are happy in their schools, we have a lovely home and work is here mostly, but then my heart is like, but you could live like this, and now you've seen what it's like to live that way, and we were all so content. That's our predicament.
There you go. Anyway, it'd be good to know if any of you have done something or considering doing something similar. Okay, well, that's us. There's our pros and cons list for our potential move to Portugal. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know what you think. Do you think we should do it? You think we should follow our heart or our head? What do you think? Let us know in the comments, and we will see you all for our next video. Bye, everyone. Bye.